All right, I'm back at it. This is Julius Caesar, Act 2, Scene 2. Just a reminder of where we left off, but we had Brutus conspired with Cassius and Casca and Metellus and Decius and all of these other guys, and he really struggled with himself, but he just determined that he needed to do what was best for Rome. And he has no ill will towards Caesar as a person, but he just knows that any person tempted with ultimate power would be corrupted. So he makes the decision to conspire with these other members to kill Caesar. But he doesn't really want to tell other people. And we have that scene where Portia, his wife, Brutus's wife, notices that something's going on with him, and she's begging him to let her in on it because as his wife, they should be as one. And right now she feels like she is not as one, but Brutus also wants to protect her. He's really struggling. You can see the situation he's in where he doesn't know if any choice is right. They all seem wrong. They all have these bad consequences. And so he's trying to follow his heart, but um, anyway, it's just a struggle. So we left off. He had convinced Caius Ligarius to join them as well, and there was some bunch of foreshadowing with thunder and stuff like that. And now we're in Act 2, Scene 2. Okay. Thunder and lightning. Enter Julius Caesar in his nightgown. Nor heaven nor earth have been at peace tonight. Thrice. Sorry, that's my phone. Nor heaven nor earth have been at peace tonight. Thrice hath Calpurnia in her sleep carried out, Help, ho, they murder Caesar. Who's within? Enter a servant. My lord? Go bid the priests do present sacrifice, and bring me their opinions of success. I will, my lord. He exits. Enter Calpurnia. What mean you, Caesar? Gotta magnify this a little bit. There we go. What mean you, Caesar? Think you to walk forth? You shall not stir out of your house today. Caesar shall forth. The things that threatened me never looked but on my back. When they shall see the face of Caesar, they are vanished. So Caesar's basically super confident. He's like, look, I do what I want. I'm Caesar. The things that are dangerous to me, they're only dangerous when they're behind my back. As soon as I face my dangers, I overcome all of them. Caesar, I never stood on ceremonies, yet now they fright me. There is one within, besides the things that we have heard and seen, recounts most horrid sights seen by the watch. A lioness hath whelped in the streets, and graves have yawned and yielded up their dead. Fierce fiery warriors fought upon the clouds in ranks and squadrons in right form of war, which drizzled blood upon the Capitol. The noise of battle hurtled in the air. Horses did neigh, and dying men did groan, and ghosts did shriek and squeal about the streets. O Caesar, these things are beyond all use, and I do fear them. What can be avoided? Whose end is purposed by the mighty gods, yet Caesar shall go forth, for these predictions are to the world in general as to Caesar. When beggars die, there are no comets seen. The heavens themselves blaze forth the death of princes. Okay, so I actually made a mistake earlier. I said the full moon was out, which is why Brutus was actually able to read those letters in the last act or last scene. There's actually a comet in the sky that's lightening up the sky in the middle of the night, and they're taking that as a sign that something's coming. I'm actually gonna look. What comet appeared in the sky in Julius Caesar? Oh, Caesar's comet. I'm going to add Ides of March. Yeah, a comet was observed for 7 days in the northern region of the sky. It rose around the 11th hour of the day and was bright and visible from all lands. So it's called Caesar's comet. So that's what's happening. Based on 2 sketchy reports from China. Anyway, okay, I got sidetracked. I am back. Okay, so there's a comet in the sky. Beware the Ides of March. There's thunder and lightning. Caesar's sending his priest to go make a sacrifice to see if it's safe for him to go out in the street this day. And Calpurnia's like, look, you can't go. You're too valuable. And Caesar's like, I am who I am. Like, life is dangerous, and I've never backed down from danger. You know, Caesar's this like conquering war hero general, and for him to be afraid of a few people seems ridiculous to him. But Calpurnia says, look, these aren't normal times. When a normal person dies, when a beggar dies, they don't have a comet in the sky. The She says the heavens themselves blaze forth the death of princes. So she's like, look, the heaven is giving you a warning right now. And then Caesar, this is one of the most famous lines in the whole play. Caesar says, cowards die many times before their deaths. The valiant never taste of death but once. Of all the wonders that I yet have heard, it seems to me most strange that men should fear, seeing that death, a necessary end, will come when it comes. Caesar's like, this is a super powerful thing. He's like, look, if you're afraid of every little thing that you're going to do in your life, that's like dying every time you don't take a chance. He's like, valiant people, the brave people, they only ever die one time, and it's at the end of their lives. He's like, it's weird to me that people are afraid of dying because it comes. It's necessary no matter what. Everybody's going to experience it. It comes when it comes. So the inference that we can make there is Caesar saying, while you are alive, you have to live. Your life must be full of life, not full of fear. Then enter that servant that he sent away. What say the augurs? They would not have you stir forth today, plucking the entrails of an offering forth. They could not find a heart within the beast. The gods do this in shame of cowardice. Caesar should be a beast without a heart, if he should stay at home today for fear. No, Caesar shall not. Danger knows full well that Caesar is more dangerous than he. We are two lions littered in one day, and I the elder and more terrible, and Caesar shall go forth. So you see this, though. So although Caesar was being inspiring in that last one, he's also really arrogant and overconfident. He has all these trusted advisors, and they're all giving him their information, and then he's twisting that information. So it's like, what did the signs seek? The augurs are people who look for signs in animal sacrifices, and the servant says they told you not to go. When they sacrificed this animal, they actually couldn't find the heart. That's a bad sign. And Caesar twists that. He's like, no, that's who I'll be if I don't go out to see the people today. I'll be a coward. Calpurnia responds, alas, my lord, your wisdom is consumed in confidence. Do not go forth today. Call it my fear that keeps you in the house, and not your own. We'll send Mark Antony to the Senate house, and he shall say you are not well today. Let me upon my knee prevail in this. She kneels. So this is mirroring what happened in the last scene where Portia knelt and begged Brutus to let her in on the secret. Now Calpurnia, Caesar's wife, is saying, hey, let me be the reason that you don't go out. Just say that I'm afraid, and then it doesn't have to be shameful for you. And she kneels down and begs him. And she's also like, just say that you're not feeling good. It's like he's trying to skip school, right? But it's just like the opposite, where it's his wife is trying to convince him to skip, and he's begging to go, or not begging, but he's demanding to go. Mark Antony shall say, I am not well, and for thy humor, I will stay at home. He lifts her up. So Caesar agrees. He's like, all right, I'll go along with it. Mark Antony will say that I'm not feeling well and he can go to the Senate, and I'll stay here to make you happy, Calpurnia. Enter Decius. Here's Decius Brutus. He shall tell them so. Caesar, all hail. Good morrow, worthy Caesar. I come to fetch you to the Senate house. And you are come in very happy time to bear my greeting to the senators and tell them that I will not come today. Cannot is false, and that I dare not falser. I will not come today. Tell them so, Decius. Say he is sick. Shall Caesar send a lie? Have I in conquest stretched my arms so far to be afeared to tell graybeards the truth? Decius, go tell them Caesar will not come. Most mighty Caesar, let me know some cause, lest I be laughed at when I tell them so. The cause is my will. I will not come. That is enough to satisfy the Senate. But for your private satisfaction, because I love you, I will let you know. Calpurnia here, my wife, stays me at home. She dreamt tonight she saw my statue, which like a fountain with 100 spouts did run pure blood, and many lusty Romans came smiling and did bathe their hands in it. And these does she apply for warnings and portents and evils imminent, and on her knee hath begged that I will stay at home. Also, Caesar reveals that Calpurnia also had a bad dream, and in that dream, the statue of Caesar was running with blood, and all these lusty Romans, so Romans who were seeking power, came to bathe themselves in the blood, which is like a massive amount of foreshadowing again, right? We had the conspirators who are saying that Caesar is too powerful, but it's clear that they seek their own power, all but Brutus, and now we've got lusty Romans bathing in blood in Calpurnia's dream. The dream is all misinterpreted. It is a vision fair and fortunate. Your statue sprouting blood in many pipes, in which so many smiling Romans bathed, signifies that from you great Rome shall suck reviving blood, and that great men shall press for tinctures, stains, relics, and cognizance. This cut by Calpurnia's dream is signified. In this way have you well expounded it. Caesar's dying for somebody to tell him what he wants to hear. Remember, we talked about in the first act, he's deaf in one ear and can hear in the other. So it's like he refuses to give heed or credence to anything that somebody tells him that is something he doesn't want to hear. But whenever somebody flatters him or compliments him, then he listens to that. So right here, Calpurnia says this dream is a bad omen. And Decius Brutus, who we know as an audience member is actually part of the conspiracy to kill Caesar, he reinterprets the dream and he says, all these Romans bathing in your blood is actually a good sign. It's saying that you give the reviving blood to Rome. And Caesar's like, yeah, that's a good interpretation. And so he was just dying for somebody to tell him that. And this is dramatic irony here because we know something that he doesn't. So Caesar says, in this way you have well expounded it. I have. When you have heard what I can say, and know it now, the Senate have concluded to give this day a crown to mighty Caesar. If you shall send them word you will not come, their minds may change. Besides, it were a mock apt to be rendered for someone to say, break up the Senate till another time, when Caesar's wife shall meet with better dreams. If Caesar hide himself, shall they not whisper, lo, Caesar is afraid? Pardon me, Caesar, for my dear, dear love to your proceeding bids me tell you this, and reason to my love is liable. So Decius lies to Caesar. He's like, hey, the Senate actually is going to give you the crown today. And if you don't come today, they might change their minds. They might not give you the crown some other day. And besides, isn't it embarrassing to say that, oh, the Senate can't meet until Caesar's wife sleeps better? It's like, that's not a real reason to cancel the Senate, to not show up. How foolish do your fears seem now, Calpurnia. I am ashamed I did yield to them. Give me my robe, for I will go. So Decius does his job, and he convinces Caesar to go. Enter Brutus, Ligarius, Metellus, Casca, Trebonius, Cinna, and Publius. So these are all the conspirators. And look where Publius has come to fetch me. Good morrow, Caesar. Welcome, Publius. What, Brutus, are you stirred so early too? Good morrow, Casca, Caius Ligarius. Caesar was ne'er so much your enemy as that same egg which hath made you lean. What is 2 o'clock? It's like, what time is it? Caesar, 'tis struck 8. I thank you for your pains and courtesy. Enter Antony. See, Antony that revels in long a nights is notwithstanding up. Good morrow, Antony. So too, most noble Caesar. Caesar to the servant. Bid them prepare within. I am to blame to be thus waited for. Servant exits. Now Cinna, now Metellus. What, Trebonius? I have an hour's talk in store for you. Remember that you call on me today. Be near me that I may remember you. It's a ominous thing to say. This man who's part of the conspiracy to kill him, Caesar's like, hey, make sure that you're really close to me today. I want to talk to you about some things, so don't leave my side. Caesar, I will. An aside. Aside means that he's speaking so that only the audience can hear him and not the other characters. So that's what an aside is. Caesar, I will, aside, and so near will I be that your best friends shall wish I had been far further. Good friends, go and taste some wine with me, and we, like friends, will straightway go together. That, and Brutus, this is an aside, so once again, he's not talking to everybody. That every like is not the same, O Caesar, the heart of Brutus earns to think upon. They exit. All right, so they're on their way to the Senate. They all convince Caesar to go. He's got all these people around him that he thinks are his friends, but you can see the wheels are in motion and they are prepared to act on their scene of murder. Okay, that was Act 2, Scene 2. And I don't know how to stop this. Oh, right here. Okay, see ya.